Welcome to the Learning Quest channel. I'm your host Salim Akhtar Malik. Learning Quest is an educational channel that provides you quality learning on management and social sciences. It helps you in reinforcing your knowledge by adding to your learning that you gain in your respective university or college. You can get the transcript or hard copy of this tutorial by contacting me on the address flashed on the screen. The hard copy or transcript will be provided to you free of cost. This is tutorial 3 of Business Communication series. In this tutorial, I'll be talking to you about intercultural communication. What is intercultural communication? Intercultural communication is the verbal and non-verbal interaction between people from different cultural backgrounds. Basically, inter is a prefix that means between, and cultural means from a culture. So, intercultural communication is the communication between cultures. In this tutorial, I'll discuss with you why is it important to address differences in business communication, and how do cultural differences between Pakistani and other cultures affect intercultural communication. This tutorial covers the 4 principles of intercultural communication: national cultural variables, personal and group behaviors, intercultural communication skills, how to improve intercultural communication, and practical steps for employing your knowledge of interpersonal communication. We now talk about the 4 principles of intercultural communication. These are: recognize that one's own country is a mixture of various ethnic groups. Understanding the diversity of one's own country is fundamental before looking abroad. Then, avoid drawing conclusions for an entire group based on only a few examples. The next principle is: understand that communication breakdowns are more the result of misunderstandings in culture than grammatical or stylistic issues. So it has nothing to do with the expressions. And lastly, avoid judging others on the basis of your own culture. Each country has its long established cultural traditions. With these 4 principles as background, each culture and each ethnic group within a culture has a generally accepted, recognizable behavior. If most of that behavior is familiar to us, we are comfortable. If there are major differences, we feel uncomfortable. Time is needed to adapt to and understand another culture. What are the national cultural variables? Basic to any country are certain national variables. These are the mega principles that indirectly affect its population. We learn something about a country's culture by knowing the educational levels of the population, the legal and regulatory restraints affecting business, the economic philosophies or national and foreign trade practices, the political attitudes, the religion as practiced by the state or the individual, and lastly, the social norms of the state and the language. Each of these factors affects international communication. I will discuss about the national cultural variables in detail in the next tutorial. Personal and group behaviors. Within each culture are individual people, all with their own personal behaviors involving how they handle time. What a comfortable distance for interpersonal communication is, what foods are wholly acceptable, what is considered appropriate dress, what the unwritten personal manners within a home or office are, what procedures and speed are followed in arriving at personal and business decisions. Finally, cultures have both verbal and non-verbal communication characteristics. What is acceptable in one culture may be entirely unacceptable in another. Intercultural communication skills. Intercultural skills refer to the ability to comprehend and adapt to different cultural situations and perspectives. They can involve being receptive to foreign languages and open to different ideas. Employees in intercultural workplaces are often from various cultural backgrounds. Working for such an organization might require the use of a foreign language and exposure to unfamiliar business routines and practices. Intercultural skills can allow you to understand your co-workers better while enhancing your social awareness. Examples of intercultural skills. Skills you should strive to master in an intercultural environment are strong communication skills. This is the first skill, and it involves a non-verbal communication. Empathy. Empathy means understanding of others' point of view and sympathy with his point of view. Active listening and conflict resolution. The second intercultural skill is independence. It requires confidence, sense of initiative, decision making, and self knowledge. The third skill is problem solving. That is the problem solving skills, and they require resourcefulness, creativity, troubleshooting, and analytical behavior. The fourth intercultural skill is adaptability. It requires cooperation, flexibility, and patience. The fifth intercultural skill is curiosity. It requires compassion and potential for growth. Other examples of intercultural skills are foreign language skills, critical thinking, sociability, diplomacy, leadership, and positivity. We will now talk about how to improve intercultural skills. The first requirement is be self-aware. A good first step to improve your intercultural skills is to learn about your own culture and realize how it influences the way you act and communicate. Reflect on the way you present yourself and the attitude you display to find out the impression you are making on others. Ask yourself if someone could misinterpret any of your actions or words. This exercise can help you be more aware of your communication style so you can adjust it when needed. The next consideration is listen and observe. You can benefit from listening to the message and observing non-verbal cues when people communicate. Common non-verbal cues can mean different things in different cultures, and you could misinterpret them if you observe them without considering the verbal message that accompanies them. Educate yourself. You can find resources that can help you learn about other cultures, such as books, podcasts, and documentaries. If you have the means, traveling is also an excellent way to immerse in a different culture and educate yourself. In this way, your leisure experience can inform you how you conduct yourself at work. This brings us to the end of tutorial 3, which was on intercultural communication skills. Our next tutorial, that is tutorial 4, will be on natural cultural variables. We have talked about natural cultural variables to some extent in tutorial 3. We will be talking about them in detail in tutorial 4. Till then, bye bye.